Okay, you guys, you remember me doing these back when Poshmark sales were down up to like 87% for me? I made some changes. But here, the first thing I want to show you is why I want you to cross post eBay, 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 eBay. I gotta go faster, make this under a minute. eBay, 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 Macari, Poshmark, Poshmark. After making changes, Poshmark. Woo! Crazy camera, Poshmark, 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 another Poshmark, another Poshmark, another Poshmark, another Poshmark, another Poshmark, another Poshmark, and that's it, guys. Okay, you guys, so I showed you that because I want you to have incentive to make these changes. That was my sales from Saturday at 9 a.m. to Sunday at 8 p.m. from making these changes. So what we're going to do is we're going to be revamping titles. You might already have great SEO titles. I feel like I already had great SEO titles, but we're going to tweak it just a little bit, and it's not going to affect how it works on eBay and your other platforms, right? So if you're a cross poster already, you may be a little bit worried. I'm getting ready to tell you to make these short titles. I am absolutely not. We want to make sure that these titles are search engine optimized. Use as many characters in that title as you can. However, there's a few tweaks with the new Poshmark, current Poshmark, that's going to make your items more visible, right? So we're going to talk about the order of what you want to put in your title. And please keep in mind, these titles don't have to make sense, so to speak. It doesn't have to read like a common sense sentence. Okay? So when you're making the title, we're talking about it not making perfect sense. So, like for example, myself, I used to say free people, black peasant maxi dress, right? I'm gonna make it short. I make it a lot longer than that. Well, instead of putting dress last now I'm putting dress second because you know how they're searching shorter titles? Well, put that pertinent information they're looking for towards the front now, okay? So we're going to talk about that in great detail here. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to put in the name brand, or if it's vintage, I've found just putting vintage, and unless it's a real sought after brand that's vintage, okay, like maybe Ralph Lauren or something like that, I just use the word vintage in my title. If I have extra room, yeah, I'm going to put it in there, and I always put it in my description for sure. And I also actually on Poshmark use vintage for my brand name instead of the brand name as well. So rule number 1, use up all 80 characters, okay? This is free advertising space. Use it to your advantage. Rule number 2, never use words like pretty, beautiful, cute, and things like that in your title. They're not searchable words, okay? People are not looking at, well, I should digress a little, but people are not looking at cute tops for the most part, right? So make sure you use words that are going to be searchable, SEO searchable, okay? So rule number 3, we're talking about punctuation here. The use of commas, colons, hyphens are fine within the title. Punctuation is ignored by Google, okay? But it is prime real estate, right? Like beachfront property. So try not to use those items in your title unless you feel like it makes sense to the title. Like percent. Yes, 100% silk. That makes sense. And maybe it doesn't see that percent sign, but your customer will. But some of the other things, just there's no reason to put it in there. Okay, so we're going to put the titles in the order of importance. Like I just said, Poshmark has this new search and especially relevance, right? So that's where we're seeing ourselves change. It's the relevance search that they've added in that's making us not pop up quite like we used to. So if you do these titles differently, myself and 19 other people have found it makes a difference. So brand word or vintage goes first, right? We just talked about that. That is the most searched term when people are looking for items is the brand. And you guys, I sell a lot of things that are not brand centric, okay? So it's okay if that brand isn't great because the rest of your title, what the reason you bought this off-brand maxi dress, right? It's because it's long, flowy, and beautiful. That maxi dress word is going to get your customer. Okay, so the next thing you're going to put in after brand name is the item. So is it a shirt, a dress, a maxi dress? And I always make sure I put maxi in there. Top, sweater, blazer, jeans, pants, shoes, jewelry, hats, all those things. So your next thing should be exactly what it is. It is a Free People maxi dress, right? So that is going to be the most searched term. Well, Poshmark threw in something into our chats that they're using collar. That's one of the things they're testing, right? So if they're testing that, then they are favoring listings that have the collar listed in there. So I am now putting Free People maxi dress, purple or multicolored or whatever it is in my title. So number 3 for me is collar because of what Poshmark said. Okay, so the next thing is going to be keywords, right? So you can use this next few things in different orders. I'm just choosing to use the keywords right here next. So keywords would be long sleeve, lightweight, breathable, linen, things like that, things that kind of describe the item and the things that to you stands out about this item. Now, we've talked about keywords down in the description, like cottagecore and all that. I wouldn't put that in your title. So the style names, if you have it for your listing. So let's say I keep using the Tory Burch sandals that were Jamie or whatever they was as the sample. So let's say that we had the Free People dress and its name was Janie. Put that in next, right? So Free People, maxi dress, black, Janie, because people look up brand name or titles, and they do that because these fashion bloggers and their favorite dresses and stuff like that, they're telling them what it's called, and that's what people are searching. So the next thing, which some people don't believe in putting for Poshmark, is the size. I absolutely do this because I cross-post to eBay and Depop and different places, and size is pertinent information for them, okay? So it doesn't hurt it on Poshmark to have the size in there. So I suggest, if you have room for it, to put the size. However, before this change, sometimes I would leave size off if the other keywords were more important. Okay, so now let's discuss what some of our go-to keywords are. And I'm going to make a PDF for you to print off and use too to be helpful. So I'm going to be gathering over this next couple days all kinds of keywords that you guys are going to be able to print off on a PDF. And maybe you're doing your listings and you can just look down at those keywords and just grab some, right? And these keywords, I'm talking about title keywords. I'm not talking about descriptive keywords. I'm not talking about trending keywords. All right, you guys, thank you for coming. I hope you're inspired. I'm here to help you any way I can. Have a good day. Bye-bye. Okay, so let's talk about the contest and how we're going to do this. So what I want you guys to do is go and change 4 to 10 titles every single day. Go ahead and practice this tonight. And you have 24 hours to complete the task, okay? So practice this and come back and give us a link to one of the items that you changed. I want you to tell us what you changed in the title, okay? So come to this post, send us the link of the item because we're going to go and peek at it and share it, right? And then tell us, this is what I changed, because people are reading this back and it's helpful information to teach maybe somebody that just can't grasp this, right? Like, maybe they need to see something to learn it, which I'm very much that way. All right. I hope that you guys are having fun. I'm really enjoying this and I hope it's helpful. We'll see you here in a bit. Bye-bye.